So a while back, I went to D.C. to go to a wedding with my family because I have to pay my respects and stuff. But I wasn't actually invited to the wedding because it was a quote unquote formal wedding. So me and my sister were being babysitted by my uncle, and his name is Uncle Richie. That's what we call him, and he is a very nice guy. If you ever met him in real life, but since we weren't going to the wedding, after my parents left, our uncle took us to the zoo, and we saw a bunch of different animals. We saw pandas, we saw otters, we saw elephants, and we saw some farm animals. And that was basically it. After we left the zoo, we went to this Chinese restaurant, and I was really self-conscious about, trying Chinese food for the very first time because I didn't know what I would think about it, and I didn't want to be rude to this sweet man who was saying, "Oh yes, you should try it. Yes, it's very good." And yeah, I tried it, and this thing was great. I mean, it was so good. The Chinese food was just bursting with flavor, and I was like, "Whoa! This is awesome! I love it." So after we ate Chinese food, then we went back to our apartment and basically spent the rest of the night not talking to him, playing on our video games. I feel really bad for him because we were fighting and wrestling. He was just sitting there watching Blue Bloods, not sponsored, So yeah, that was my trip to DC. Oh, one more thing I almost forgot. The next day, when my parents were back from the wedding, we went to the graveyard that is there, and we saw the changing of the guard. Look it up. It's actually really cool. They're guarding the grave of the unknown soldier because they couldn't. It's pretty self-explanatory. They couldn't identify the soldier at all, and they were guarding it in honor for all of the dead people. And there were kids putting wreaths. They made everyone move out of the way. Everyone was quiet. If you did one thing wrong, they would throw you out. It was really an honor. And then we left, and we spent the rest of the trip in the car playing video games.